Okay. Iggy Azalea is my future wife. She's an ET and a cyborg. She looks like she's 40, but she's really 20. When you look at her face, you can just tell that her cyborg body was hanging in a lab like a Terminator hanging on a hook. And it's like the Lady Gaga album. There was like a Lady Gaga album where she was looking like the Borg Queen, where she was just a woman with a torso and a head, and she was just like hanging in a laboratory waiting to become animated. And this whole time my cyborg TV show writer said that her real name would be Amethyst, and it turns out Iggy Azalea's real name is Amethyst. And a long time ago, when I was listening to my spirit guides talk to me, they gave me the name Melissa, and then Lorian lied to me and said it was Melanie, but it's really Melissa. Her middle name is Amelissa, Amelissa. So her name is Amethyst Amelissa Kelly. And you have to remember, hip-hop is the highest order of the occult. And when you start really detoxing yourself, you start to like hip-hop better, and you start to become, your aura becomes sensitive to colors. So that's why I always wear white. And then you slowly start becoming more divergent, which means to become blacker. You start to become more melanated. And the reason why Lorian said Iggy Azalea's name is Melanie, because the word melon means black or green, same thing. So if you want to, I notice when I'm at the gym, I'm obviously listening to my iPod, and I notice that I'm always happier every time I listen to Rapper's Delight by the Sugar Hill Gang. That song always makes me happy because that's a very old school hip hop. And see, it's like, you guys remember All Around Winter, the black girl I was talking about, who she was a protege of a Masonic elder? Hip hop vibrates the highest out of all music. And it's all about the old school hip hop, listening to it on vinyl. So if you can afford it, which you probably can't, but if you can, listen to hip hop on vinyl. Old school hip hop on vinyl is the highest vibrating music. But if you can't, just listen to it in this regular form. And I'm telling you, I detoxed myself, and my aura became color sensitive, and I started to notice that hip hop, specifically Rapper's Delight, Sugar Hill Gang, makes me happy to listen to it. You're the one that's like, a can of beer that's sweeter than honey, like a millionaire that has no money, like a rainy day that is not wet, like a gambler fiend that does not bet, like Dracula without his fangs. That song is really great. So basically, when you rap, you're basically making yourself happy, especially if the lyrics to a rap song are lighthearted and dope, then it will raise your vibe, which is why like everyone raps. Everyone that's conscious tries to rap, whether it be Michael Prince, James Casbolt, the 13th Son, Poe Light. Rapping is a way to raise your vibration. Now, I'm sure by now you're all familiar where people say singing raises your vibration. Well, the truth is rapping raises your vibration even more. I know a man named Hank. He's got more rhymes than a serious bank. Come on, Hank, sing that song to the rhythm of the beat, the bang bang the bong. Well, I'm dip dip, I'm the ladies pimp, the ladies fight for my delight. I got a color TV so I can see the Knicks play basketball. So anyway, the cyborg told me, my cyborg friend, old Kendall, told me that Melanie's, or Iggy Azalea's father, is the boss. I know who her father really is. Her father is really Ashtar of the Ashtar Command, which is based out of Australia. I know this because there's 3 women who are Jinn that are following me on Google+. Captain Kitty Bum Report is one of them. The Jen Rogue is the other. And another woman that looks exactly like Captain Kitty Bum Report named Beach Bum is that's the 3 of them. And when you look at their Google Plus profiles, they all say that they're part of the Ashtar Command. So it's very obvious how this is going to work. They're going to extract me. They're going to take me to Australia. Why Australia? Because that's where the Ashtar Command is. That's where I would meet Iggy Azalea, because Iggy Azalea is Australian. You see, I knew these women, the Jen Rogue, the Beach Bum, and Captain Kitty Bum Report. I knew all these women were in Australia before I knew Iggy Azalea was going to be my future wife. And when you add it all up, you can tell that Ashtar is her father, because that's, you know, he's the boss. He's the patriarch of that Anunnaki faction, and it's actually somewhat saddening to know that I can't be with a woman with a soul because I'm so divergent. And see, what happens is, when you wake up, when you truly wake up, you join what is known as the sexodus. You stop having sex because you realize women are dogs. And then when you find women that aren't dogs, like Danny J, Elise, you realize that they're sentinels controlled by telepathy, and that they will eventually leave you because wizards will do things to make them leave you, like have them go work on an organic farm or whatever. The point is that the people like Makalesi are like the only people that I could ever be with, because you can't, when it comes to women, they're usually, especially white women, they're either bland, stupid, or fat. And there's really no exceptions to it, except for women like Elise and Danny. But so, okay, so you might be asking the question, okay, why am I marrying Iggy Azalea? It's very simple, because when you look at someone like Taylor Swift, I couldn't be with her because she goes back to the whole bland, soulless white girl, or white cyborg girl. The reason why Iggy Azalea makes sense is because she has the Moabite woman features, like the wide hips, and she's more more in line with originality. She's more in line with, once again, she's a rapper, so that means that she's very high up in the occult. And when you look at someone like Taylor Swift has blue eyes, bland with blue eyes. When you look at Iggy Azalea, she is, she's more in tune with someone like me who's divergent, because she's a rapper and she's obviously very high up in the occult world, because especially when your father is Ashtar of the Ashtar Command. And I'm going to Australia to become a Jedi under the Ashtar Command. And my father actually told me when I was going, because you see, if you know how to see the angles and things, you realize when you're leaving. Because my father sent me a text that said, Jordan, your insurance bill will be due late March, early April. And plus, the next court date is March 30th, which is the 33. So remember what insurance is? Insurance is the people that bail you out when you're in trouble. You see how that's a message? Because remember DX, the original Generation X with Shawn Michaels and Rick Rude? See, Rick Rude was the insurance policy to Shawn Michaels. Anytime Shawn Michaels was about to lose a match, Rick Rude came in as the insurance policy and made sure he won. See, that's what my father is indirectly saying. My father's giving me a message from the Adjustment Bureau saying, you're leaving late March, early April because they're the insurance policy. So my father doesn't know what he's saying because, once again, humans are sentinels controlled by telepathy. So when my father sends me a text saying your insurance is due late March, early April, that's a coded message from the Adjustment Bureau saying get ready to leave. And I'm sure the bill will come to, like, you know, $433 or something like that, so that really comes as no surprise. And also, the cyborg Ald Kendall told me that Captain Kitty Bum Report would be my going in the closet present, meaning that I would get to have as much sex with her as I wanted to in exchange for not really making YouTube videos anymore and laying low for a while. And also, Kimberly Bunch warned me that if I'm not careful, if I don't use condoms or protection, that I'll wind up with a lot of ET hybrid children, because Kimberly Bunch, you know, basically implied that I would have a lot of children if she saw me with a lot of children that were mine. So, see, I'm telling you, those cyborgs like Makalesi, Taylor Swift, they like me because where else are they going to find someone that's sentient, that's not a cyborg themselves? And plus, remember, women rule in this material world because when you have sex with a woman, you give them your energy. So if you're someone like Makalesi, she would want my Messiah seed energy because you can't find that highly coveted Messiah seed energy anywhere else. So, I mean, if I were them, I would want me too because, you know, the energy from it. So there's something else I'm just going to say. I'm trying to remember it now. Oh, my day today was so rigged because everything I did was late. Like, I got up late, I went to breakfast late, I went to the gym late, and I met my friend I met my friend who I knew in high school. His initials are WW. I'm not going to say his name, but his initials are WW, you know, 33. And it's obviously a message, like a coded message from the computer or the Adjustment Bureau. It's like you, you know what I mean? It's like you wake up late. You usually wake up every day at the same time, but today you wake up late and you talk to your friend whose initials are WW. I can tell my friend whose initials are WW is the Messiah seed because I'm pretty sure my friend was a member of the White Brotherhood of Atlantis. Because I can tell my friend whose initials are WW is a Pleiadian, and he's probably a Messiah seed because I won't get into his personal business, but I can tell that I have visions of him. He's like wearing a suit and he's like flying, so I'm pretty sure he was in Atlantis with me, and yeah, he has potential. Oh, and I saw an orange H3 Hummer today. So there's only one man I know with that car, which is Pita. Fred Pita, the 359th Freemasonic degree. And By the way, you guys notice that Iggy Azalea's father kind of looks like Pendragon? Now, I don't know if that's her father, the one that, you know, her father, okay, Iggy Azalea's father, so-called father, is a guy who wrote a book called A Runt Who Said Cunt. I don't know if that's Ashtar or, because I have, my friend Sandy of the Pendragon clan said that that was really her brother. So I'm not sure if that's actually Iggy's father or not. But Iggy's real father, like her 5D father, is Ashtar. So, oh, here's the other thing. Cyrus King put out a video. He addressed all of the jinn. Cyrus King, you have to understand, Cyrus King is a Rosicrucian master teacher. And he put out a video to address all of the jinn because he said specifically that as the jinn, they need to stop contacting humans that can't do anything for them. In a nutshell, Cyrus King said that we need to cease contact with the humans that do not have anything to do with the great work. So what he is saying is that Cyrus King is putting out a message to all of his friends that are jinn, saying that stop contacting humans that have nothing to do with the great work. Now here's what he's not saying. He's not saying it's still okay to contact them if you were trying to set up human trafficking like Gilbert and Andrew Bartzis and those type of people. Because I guarantee you Andrew Bartzis is going to roll out his version of the 13 Love community. You see, it's all the same, but they all have different salesmen. See, Gilbert, the 13th son, is obviously there to lure the melanated people into the 13 Love community. Andrew Bartzis is there to lure the people that are slightly, you know, the people that are fat and out of shape and white. You know what I'm saying? So Gilbert is going after the high dollar, high valued vegans that are black, that are melanated. So Gilbert's trying to target that audience. Andrew Bartzis is targeting the, you know, the fat. Oh, Gilbert is targeting the high dollar grass-fed human vegans. Andrew Bartzis is targeting the bottom of the barrel people. So, and it's sad that Sarah Adams watches the Andrew Bartzis videos, and I can tell she can't see the angle in it. She can't see that Andrew Bartzis talks a whole lot more substance on other people's shows, but when it comes to his show, he doesn't talk as much substance. I mean, he barely talks any substance on his own show, but when he goes to other people's shows, that's when he talks substance, so that's how you know he's getting ready to set up the human trafficking. And when you look at Jay Essex's explanation of what happens to you after you die versus Andrew Bartzis's version is like complete bullshit compared to the Jay Essex version. Because Jay Essex is like, you die, you go talk to the mother source energy, and then she sends you, you know, you ask for what couple things, she grants you a couple things, and they send you right back. Andrew Bartzis makes it like he uses all these words, and it's just bullshit. You know what I mean? Andrew Bartzis is one of the most obvious. And his eyes are turning yellow. When you watch the latest Andrew Bartzis videos, he's turning off the comments because his eyes are turning yellow during the fucking videos. So it's hilarious.